Friday. We're gonna make tepache. Never done it before. I've had it before. It's really good. So we're gonna try doing it. Little riff on it, if you will. This is not tepache. This is kefir soda, and I just really wanted to. It's so fun popping it. I gotta put it in the fridge today because it's getting close to exploding. And we got another one we can start today. So I'm about to pour me a nice little cold glass of cranberry kefir soda and get everything meased out for tepache. Let's do it. So, what is tepache? It's a fermented pineapple drink that stems from Mexico. There's, a couple different varieties, from what I've seen, through books and online, a couple different varieties of ingredients that you can use. I'm doing my own little riff on it today. The biggest things, I thought I had ginger. I don't have ginger, and I did not get ginger at the store. So I'm gonna start this today, and if in 2 days it doesn't look like it's fermenting the way it should, then I'm gonna go and get some ginger from the store and cut it up, add it in there. But we're gonna see what happens with this. I've got everything basically meased out, except I didn't completely cut the pineapple yet. So cut the top off, cut the bottom off, the top, and then once you do that, you're basically just gonna go down. The pineapple's got that core in the middle, so you're gonna quarter your pineapple, and then you're just gonna go through and cut that little core off. It's kind of woody. You don't really need it. I don't need this whole pineapple. So after I make this tepache, I'm gonna think about something to do with the pineapple. Another hot sauce maybe. You can't see all the stuff from the store today, but I had also planned on this weekend we were gonna start some kvass and do some lacto fermented dill pickles, but I got some Fresnos because they were on sale when I was at the store. So we might do a little fermented pineapple salsa with that and just lacto ferment that. I think that'd be a cool, fun little thing to do. Because I don't really need all this pineapple, but I wasn't gonna buy pre-cut pineapple. You want the rind when you're doing this. And like with ginger, I'll wash the outside of the ginger pretty good. But this, I don't wash it. I want whatever natural yeast is on there still. So then basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 2 of these quarters and I'm gonna cut them in half again. And then I'm just gonna, rough chop it. You don't need to see me doing the rough chopping. I promise you, at some point, I got 1 camera already. Gonna buy at least 2 more cameras. Something like one of the little, they got the little super easy handheld ones that basically work like a phone. Super easy to snap into like a phone holder type tripod. And then definitely want to get something else a little better. The other one I got it's not great, but it'll do the job. We're testing, doing some test footage on it of things that I'm not really ready to, recipes that aren't ready to air necessarily. This is something I've never done, but I feel very confident about. Some of the other experiments and stuff and different recipes, want to really nail them down before we do a video about it. But this one's just kind of like the fun the fermented beverages. For me, personally, I don't know about you, other people out there, but for me personally, I find the fermented beverages to be very easy. Whether it be, I'm not saying home brewing is easy. Doing the mead, mead is definitely a little easier than home brewing beer. Home brewing beer is definitely a lot more complicated. I reckon if you're gonna get into home brewing beer, you really need to pick up a couple books, watch some videos. That's like a really, that's beyond me. You might get a couple mead videos from me, but that's like a more simplistic, I do it very you know, very old school in a lot of ways when it comes to it. I honestly really want to get like some crocks to ferment meat in, but we're getting off topic. So boom, pineapple, cut, little tiny pieces. And then normally you could do this in like a closed vessel and burp it every, you know, a couple times a day. I'm not here a lot though, so I'm throwing it in my big wide mouth, putting a little airlock stopper on it, and then after like 3 days, then I'll just keep it in this jar still, but put a regular lid on it, and then burp it for, you know, so I'll let it go for like 3.5 days, and then, you know, on that 4th day, wake up, burp it a couple of times, and then move it to a bottle, and then, you know, let it sit for another few hours and then put it in the fridge. And hopefully it'll be nice and carbonated and delicious. But right now, we just got just quartered 1 lime. I wanted to throw some lime down in here. And then I'm gonna throw 2 cloves. Nothing crazy. One of the things, and I wouldn't make this if I didn't have cinnamon, some cinnamon, and this is obviously going to be pretty heavy because I'm doing a pretty small batch. So the cinnamon, I just got this 1 cinnamon stick, and I'm out of, I was going to torch it, but I don't, my blowtorch is out, and I don't have a gas stove, so I don't want to, the electric sketches me out with doing stuff like that. So we're just going to throw the cinnamon stick in there. And then here's another little riff for me. Throwing a bay leaf in there. I love the bay leaves, man. I love them. I love them in sweet things. I love them in savory things. I'm a big bay leaf guy. A little over 1/4 cup, just because there was a chunkster in there of dark brown sugar. You could use regular brown sugar. I always forget Palencia. Don't. Any of my Spanish-speaking friends, please tell me if that was correct or not. But so brown sugar is like the substitute for the Palencia. I think that's right. But it's, you know, you want like a darker natural sugar, and that's going to kind of help, you know, give the beverage some color. And then we're just going to throw, actually, hot water first. Now we play the waiting game. I'm not gonna make you wait for my sink to heat up, so I'll come back in like 2 minutes. We're back. Cranberry soda is pretty good. Boom. Just added a little bit of hot water to it, put a lid on, and I'm just gonna shake it with this in it right now. I went ahead, I put some of the pineapple in there. So we're just gonna shake it to dissolve those sugars kind of as much as possible, you know, before we fill it the rest of the way up, and it's more difficult to shake. So yeah, you know, and then you look at the bottom, sugar's dissolved. And then yeah, we're just gonna top it off the rest of the way with some more pineapple. I also, where'd it go? We're gonna add 1 dried chinchi Amarillo pepper. I got these at the farmer's market. Wild Earth dried peppers, local shop. He does, where's he out of? Richmond, Virginia. We tried a bunch of, me and Chef John Whitaker of Heirloom tried a bunch of his hot sauces. John got some Scotch bonnets from him, and I got these. So he does, you know, he's obviously got like it seems like, you know, a bigger growth for his hot sauces and stuff. And then he does these smaller varieties. He had a couple like mixed jars of super hots with a couple different varieties in them. Then he had the Scotch bonnets and these and a couple others. But he only had 1 jar of these. So I got it because I was like, I honestly don't know the last time that I bought an Amarillo pepper. So I'm putting 1 of them in there, because that's what I want my spice component. You could use a habanero, a serrano, Fresno, I say habanero, jalapenos. You know, you can get crazy if you really wanted to. You know, if you're a sick freak, and I kind of am, and I might do this at some point. You know, I might make like a gallon batch of this and do like once my Carolina Reaper starts taking off, throw a fresh little Carolina Reaper in there and just jazz things up. But boom, we got that's all the pineapple I'm gonna add. There's a couple pieces left. Actually, no, look at that. Once you hit it with the Muddle Master, everything changes. You can fit so much more in there. I highly recommend, if you don't own a rolling pin, or you don't own a mortar and pestle, then get a rolling pin at least. At least buy a rolling pin. You know, mine's like the French rolling pin, so the end is a little shorter. If you just get rid of one of the regular ones, you can just go to Home Depot and buy what are the dowel rods. You know, you can get like a 2.5, 3-inch dowel rod. Get it cut to, you know, what does this look like? 36 inches, 24, 20, no, that's not 30, 24 inches. You know, get you something like that. Coat it whatever color you want, seal it up, and then you got yourself a muddler. But we just want to, you know, we're not like mashing everything up like crazy, but just want to get a little monster mash going on in there. Boom. Monster mashed. And then we're just gonna fill it the rest of the way up with warm water. She's filled. She's beautiful. Give it just one more little shake ski. Nothing crazy, but just a little something. Get all that sugar mixed through. And yeah, you can see that brown sugar is already kind of gives that little caramel color to it. Kind of makes it look more cola-esque, and you could add more sugar. You know, I'm starting with a 1/4 cup. This pineapple was kind of sweet, so I want to see what that does. And then yeah, boom, lid's going on it, and that's that. We're gonna, you know, stick it on top of the fridge. And now we play the waiting game with it. You know, like I said, this one will be a quick one, just a couple of days, and should be ready to go. Like I said, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do something cool with the rest of this pineapple right now while I have the time this morning. And then other than that, the only other thing I got going on this morning is we're gonna blend up a little fermented hot sauce. Don't really have a video for that, just gonna post a little Instagram post or a reel or something maybe about it. But yeah, just a cool little easy lacto fermented hot sauce. Should be kind of spicy. I want to end up using it for wings is the final goal. It's habanero, garlic, and serranos. So I just want to blend it up, make it a nice little tangy, buttery wing sauce for some delicious, crispy, smoked and then air fried wings. But yeah, so that's all we got going on the fermentation front. We'll be post a little update. We know we got a couple other little projects going on, so I think the next Fermentation Friday video will just kind of be like a little smorgasbord of here's some finished Tepache, here's some hot sauce, here's a little, you know, hopefully some pickles or something simple. Not really sure yet. It all depends. You know, I could wake up 2 Fridays from now and be like, oh no, I want to do this, and then get another something to sit on top of the fridge for a few days. But yeah, so that's all there really is going on with that. I'll post the recipe of sorts for this in the description. Then other than that, actually probably go outside, blow a fish whistle real quick, and then sit down and just give a little garden update for what we got going on next with that and other little projects. So we'll be back. All right, so yeah, projects are done for the day. Other little stuff, garden, doing great. Got to move the mint to another pot. Bless you, Mom. My mom was like, hey, you're dumb. Your rosemary probably doesn't like being in that pot with that other plant. So I'm gonna move the mint and give the rosemary this whole planter. But we're gonna be harvesting all of these bean shoots on Monday, and then all of the micro radish that's growing right now. And then we will be going, shout out to the owners of Heirloom they're gonna let us use the kitchen on Monday to shoot a little video with Chef Brad from Top Knot Artisan Bakery. And, you know, we're gonna do a couple little tartine type things with some of these fresh microgreens and stuff from the house. So that'll be really fun. And then once that's done, we got more space opened up. Got a bunch of new herbs and stuff that we're gonna get in the ground that I'm really excited about trying. All of these are gonna kind of be just little tester stuff again that I definitely want for micros. And then I'm gonna kind of sort through and figure out, you know, what I actually want for like the long haul tea garden, and then the long haul herb garden, you know, stuff to keep, like to let grow for a while and not really harvest too much off of, just top so it can grow properly. And then possibly after that, you know, I'm gonna try to talk my buddy Chef John into also shooting a video. I got a cool little idea of a little snack I want to make, so I kind of want to sit down with him, fire up the smoker on Monday, smoke some whitefish, and sit down and talk about food and have a little snack with him, because he's one of my best friends, and I love hearing him talk about food. I know he loves talking about food, and I think it would be a great conversation for the show. So really excited to this weekend actually start, you know, filming with some other people, and then next month same thing, going out and, you know, doing some interviews with some people and making this less of a me talking to myself type of show and more of a me talking to other people type of show, so I seem less crazy. But it is what it is, man. You know, Theo Vaughn is famous, and there's some episodes of his show that he just talks to himself. Bill Burr, same thing, man. I be listening to Bill Burr's podcast sometimes, and that he's just yelling at him. So I swear, sometimes he's like watching TV, and you know, he's definitely watching sports sometimes, yelling at the TV. So it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm excited to have some other people and to go out to some other places and do some stuff and see some things and meet some people, and then to also just have, you know, open up my countertop in my kitchen to be able to sit down with someone and, you know, have them sit and talk to me, serve them a nice little meal, because especially I know a lot of people in the industry, whether, you know, you're a chef, a server, a bartender, a dishwasher, you know, the pest control guy that goes around and sprays the buildings, the people that come around and, you know, maintenance the machines, the truck drivers that drop off the food, you know, bakers, people, you know, small shop owners, butchers, everything like that. You know, it's farmers. It's hard sometimes to get out and go somewhere and have a nice meal. Even if you cook for yourself an amazing meal, you know, there's something about someone else giving you some food, being able to sit down and, you know, you not have to cook anything for yourself and just be given a good meal. That's nice, and that's what hopefully is going to come of the show, is being able to give some really good meals to some really good people and hear some really good stories about why they are where they are and what drives them to do the things they do. You know, for me, I do the things I do because I love cooking food. I love the satisfaction, even if I don't see it. You know, I love knowing that someone's eating really good food and that they're gonna go home happy. I love having people in my house and cooking for them. You know, I'll cook all day and be feeding people, and, you know, barely I'm eating like the chips and salsa, making food for everyone, and I love it. You know, that for me is the biggest thing. You know, food is a driving force in my life for everything I do. I mean, even the growing herbs and stuff, it all stems, it's food, you know. I like having the pretty house plants to look at that, you know, make the house smell nice, clean the air. But I have to grow stuff that I can consume with my body. But yeah, that's the end of my TED Talk. Wonderful fermented Friday with another little cool fermented beverage. Summer's coming up, so having those nice little cold fermented beverages is gonna be nice for me. I don't know about you guys. I hope someone else at home tries this. I know there's other people out there that are doing this somewhere. It's rainy outside, sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, you know, the summer's coming up, so doing these cool little fresh, light, bubbly drinks is something I really enjoy for the summertime. And then, you know, all this fresh produce and fruit's gonna start coming in, and that's gonna be really great for fermentation season as well. But that's all I got for today. Stay positive, have good vibes, put good energy into the universe, eat honey, eat garlic, shop at your local farmers markets, and, you know, shop local. Oh, got too amped up. Shop local in general. Happy Friday.